I can tell you it's fluid. I can tell you that the team brass is having active discussions right now about what to do about this weird situation with the rotation where all these rookies are good and all the guys that you're paying big money are not pitching well right now. So it's like, do you just get rid of all the older guys and promote the rookies for the playoffs? It's weird timing for this to be happening, but for the Mets' sake, thank God for the kids. And they're, like I said, they're meeting, they're discussing what to do. Mendoza was asked just a little while ago in his pregame with the media out there, are Minaya and Senga still in the rotation? His answer was they're in the rotation until they're not, which was a really ringing endorsement of these players. So it's very fluid, and that would be different from, oh, yeah, Sean's in the rotation, or he's a veteran, we believe in him. That we're getting more like, we'll see what happens out of these guys, like for the next turn even. Yeah,
I'm concerned. I mean, we even saw David Peterson get shelled, and you have to think about the toll that this is taking on his arm. Same thing with Clay Holmes. He's already at his innings limit. How much more can he really do? So you're pushing guys beyond what they're used to. Then you have Minaya. We keep forgetting this guy has loose bodies in his elbow, and that might be a factor in the way that he's pitching. Can you trust Senga to touch the mound right now? The Mets are in a really precarious position. The fact that you have to rely on a Jonah Tong, the fact that you have to rely on a Nolan McLean to pitch beyond their years, beyond their maturity level is not great. So yeah, sure, the situation is fluid. Maybe we see Brandon Sproat, but is it really fair to look at these kids and say, hey, you saved the season for us? I don't necessarily think so. I covered Minaya with the Oakland, and the thing I can tell you about him is he can be a really heady guy sometimes, right? I know he's worked on it a little bit and got a little bit mentally tougher, but this is New York, right? And when you're struggling here, you hear it. You see what Anthony Volpe's going through. So you see this team. I never believed in this rotation. I never believed there was a team that could, get over the hump, and Clay Holmes could get over those inning totals and all of a sudden become a starter. Starting pitching is hard, right? There's a reason why these guys are relievers. So if you're looking at the staff, Sal, you hit on it. Like, they will score the runs, but will they pitch enough? I don't think they'll pitch enough in the place.
The problem that we have here is that Kodai Senga and Sean Minaya weren't just two arms in the Mets rotation. They were the two best arms in the Mets rotation, and now they're borderline unpitchable. Senga, to me, is unpitchable, period. Sean Minaya at least maybe could be salvaged out of the pen in the right situation. You can't have him go out there, which leads to, is it fair, Laura, to ask the young guys to be the saviors? No, but it's necessary. Andy, what's the path for Brandon Sproat to be eligible for the postseason?
I do think there's a good chance that we'll see Sproat still, first of all. David Stearns and his organization here have been very aggressive with, hey, is the rookie in AAA better than the guys we got? Right. Let's give it a look. Let's see. So I would expect that aggressiveness to continue. There's a little bit more development that had to happen on Sproat and his command over the course of the year. But to answer your question in a nutshell, Sal, I think there was a bit of a misconception that they had to call him up by September 1st for him to be eligible for the postseason. No, he's not on the 40-man roster. Right. That's okay. All you need to do now, as long as he's in the organization, is make him an injury replacement for the rest of the year to make him eligible for the postseason.
Meaning, though, somebody has to get hurt?
Yeah, but pitchers are always hurt. Right. And I'm not saying that in like a wink-wink way. No, literally, like a pitcher's going to get hurt for the rest of the year at some point, and so there's a path for Sproat to come up. I believe that the Mets will promote him as soon as they think he's ready, because that's what they've done with the other two guys.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm with you as well. I'm talking about the postseason because ultimately that's what's going to matter. We'll get to the playoffs in just a second here, but to get there, like, Senga cannot be in the rotation. I don't know what they're waiting for, but you just can't do it. Like, the Mets know enough you can't run him out there again and expect a different result. Really, both Senga and Minaya, but you can't take everybody out of the rotation. Right. Somebody's got to pitch.
That's kind of the situation right now. Like, there isn't a Mets rotation at this exact moment. That's what another way of putting it, being fluid.
Who you would trust. And even with those three, like, Peterson hasn't been great. Holmes with the innings limit, but it's McLean, Peterson, and Holmes. Those are the only three guys you can trust.
I'd say that, I was talking to a Mets person a couple weeks ago when the rotation started to go really bad again, and they were honest about the fact that they're going to need 2 or 3 starters to step up if they're going to have a chance to make a deep run in the postseason. Little did they know at the time, those 2 of those 3 starters might have been guys that hadn't pitched in the big leagues yet.
Right.
Whatever works, and at least they have those guys.
Right. Tong would be the 4th guy, and the only reason why I didn't mention him is because he's had one start. Yeah. So he will start Saturday if the Mets. Mendoza said that before.
He said probably Saturday, so even that's a little fluid.